They say just do it. I say do it like this. Today I'm going to talk a little bit more on the advertising model. And the thing I want to say about the advertising model or advertisers is that they recognize that their product won't get your primary attention. This is important to understand. I mean, you live in a world where advertisers are spending upwards of, and I forget the exact figure, but they're spending upwards of $700,000 per person per year on advertising. So there must be value in it if they're spending that kind of money on it. And the reason why they're spending the money is because their product alone will not get them the kind of attention that they want. So what does it mean? It means at the end of the day, your attention is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to concentrate on this fact that their product alone doesn't get your attention. So they need something else that you're actually interested in order to get you to pay attention. I think that's just an interesting insight that's worth sitting on and really considering what is worth you paying attention to, and recognizing that the things that they want you to pay attention to, you probably normally wouldn't, right? It's not part of your day-to-day to think about, oh, I need a new car, right? Unless that's been programmed into you, right? There's been so much advertising in our culture that I think it's second nature that we think that that kind of influence is normal or normative. Well, it is normative, but it's like a way that we should live. And I'm not sure that the advertising model is a way that we should live. It used to be certain kinds of ads were illegal. Well, I'm sure certain kinds of ads still are illegal, but say a while back, lawyers couldn't advertise, and you couldn't have advertising for pharmaceuticals, right? Because of the nature, of the thought that it would be undue influence, right? That's not related to the quality of the product itself, right? And yet here we are in a world run by advertising. The only reason YouTube exists for free is because of an advertising model. I'm going to piggyback on that as long as possible, but I don't want to have anything to do with that long term, because I don't think it's the way that we should be influencing each other for safety reasons. Is that what I'm looking for? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think about that. But the way it works, and the kind of influence it can sway over people, if people were trained differently and saw differently and had different sets of values, it wouldn't work, right? And of course that may be something that causes me to get banned, who knows? But that's where I'm going. So it's a very different way of moving in the world, right? To understand how advertising works, that they need something else to get your attention. So I need to think about what that something else is and see how it's working for me. I will leave that at that in this particular session. So, they say just do it. I say do it like this. And when I mean do it like this, it's like really consider these concepts and how they can impact your life so that you move differently and move in a way that's much more aligned with your own set enculturation process. Again, advertising is something you probably grew up with. Advertising is something you probably think is normal, right? And advertising is an influence to get you to buy. I'm not sure about you, but that shouldn't be one of the primary ways that we come to relate to how the world works. At least not for me. I'm not saying I haven't talked about good and evil yet, but there isn't any. So I'm not saying that it's good or evil. I'm saying I don't agree, and I want a different way to move. And so I want a pre-advertising world or a post-advertising world, right, where that kind of influence is unnecessary and doesn't fund activities for people. That's another video too. So once again, they say just do it. I say do it like this. Remember that the advertisers need something else to get your attention. And that something else is usually art and the power of the artist. And with that, I leave you.